my dear students of 5 Tiruvalluvar. Welcome to our English lesson. So I'm here, Teacher Sangavi, and we are still in the same Unit 6, Sports. So today is Monday, 20th of September 2021, and we are back again with a new lesson after a long holidays. So I hope you are ready for today's lesson. Alright, so now let's go into the lesson today. Alright, so today we are going to look at these 4 things. Okay, we are going to learn about when to use there was, there wasn't, there were, and also there weren't. So make sure you watch the video carefully because today's lesson is really important for you to understand the grammar. Alright, so before that, let's look at was and were here. Okay, normally we use was and were to talk about something that happened in past. Okay, normally we use was and were to describe an event that happened in past times, that happened last week or few months ago. So we use was and were to talk about something that happened in past. Alright, so now let's go into the lesson today. Okay, now let's look at here. Was and were. Was, normally we use it for singular nouns, which means one. Alright? Were, we use it for plural nouns, which means more than one. Okay? For example, she was a singer before. So she was a singer. So singular nouns, she. They were playing badminton last week. So they, so more than one person. So we use it were for plural nouns. Remember, was and were, we use it for an event or something that happened in past. Yes. Alright, so if you look at here, there was and there wasn't. There was and there wasn't are considered as singular nouns. Alright, so if you look at here, there was is affirmative. There wasn't is negative. Alright, so there was. Okay, let's look at the sentence here. There was a football match last week. Okay, there was. Why they didn't use were here? Because only one football match. So they use was here. There was a. Remember, a means only one. So they use was. There wasn't is something that negative sentence. Because was not. Wasn't means was not. There was not. So negative. There wasn't an Olympic flag until 1920. Why they use wasn't here? Why they didn't use were not? Because they only refers to one Olympic flag. So they use it wasn't here. Alright, so remember that there was is something that is positive sentence, affirmative. There wasn't means negative sentence. But they are considered as singular nouns, which means they use for one noun. Singular means one. Normally for there was, there wasn't, we use a, an, any, some. For example, if you look at the sentence over here, there was a football. So only one football. There wasn't an we use it for vowel. A, E, I, O, U. Alright, so now let's look at the plural nouns. there were, there weren't. There were means affirmative, which means positive. There were silver medals for all the winners. Why they use were here? Because silver medals, more than one medal, so they use it were. Alright, affirmative means positive, which means for the winners, okay, they give silver medals. So that something that they are giving, something that is happening in the past, so we call it as affirmative. Affirmative means positive. Negative means something that they didn't give or they didn't, something that didn't happen in the past. Alright, so there weren't. Weren't means there were not. There were not is considered as plural. So there were not any games because of the war. So no games. Alright, why they use were not? They were not because they are referring to games, more than one. So they use were not. Alright? Okay. I repeat again. They were is affirmative. They were not is negative. Alright? So we use they were and they were not for plural nouns. Alright, so now let's have a look on the examples of affirmative sentences. There was a dog barking near the park yesterday. Okay, they use was over here because they only refers to one dog. Now the second sentence. There were some dogs barking near the park yesterday. Why they use were? Because some dogs, which means more than one dog. Alright. Now let's have a look on the negative sentences. There wasn't any cat at the school compound. There wasn't. Wasn't means was not. Why they use it in a singular form? Because only one cat. There weren't any cats at the school compound. Why